Ravens have just $8.8 million in effective cap space, so making moves to them is going to be difficult. And one of the first very difficult decisions they have to make is on if they should franchise tag Justin Madubuike or not, as the price is going to be about $22 million. I think that's just a little bit too steep to bring him back because he just had a breakout season where he was excellent. But at the same time, I would say he was in that tier 2 of defensive tackles, not the tier 1, which means the value just doesn't align as you would hope for because he's going to be getting paid like a tier 1 defensive tackle at $22 million a year. And with that minimal $8.8 million in space, it's just so difficult to really rationalize $22 million for one player. With $22 million, you could get 2 legitimate wide receivers, and I think that's going to be better value just kept by not franchise tagging him than it would be to bring him back. Especially, too, they have Michael Pierce, who's very solid, and Travis Jones is another good defensive tackle they have. They're not going to be without talent on the interior still. So the next move we have is to get rid of Tyus Bowser and his $5.5 million saved because he didn't play this year and he wasn't good the year before with a ranking of 115 out of 125 in edge pressures among players that played 20% or more of snaps last year. That's not good. He's definitely looking like he's on a downward spiral for his career, and though you would like to keep him because he has shown such promise when he has been healthy, he just isn't healthy at this point, and I don't think it makes sense to gamble on him when you have such little money to work with. Another player I don't think it makes sense to bring back is Patrick Ricard, and $4 million can be saved by releasing him. I think he's a carryover from the Greg Roman offense more so than he is with what their offense should be now, because he telegraphs that it's going to be a run or that only 4 guys will be on a route because he isn't a receiving threat at all. He really is just an additional offensive lineman that can't block quite as well as an offensive lineman can. And that just is hard to utilize as an effective piece in the offense then. For their additions, I only have them making one because, again, they just don't have much money to work with. I have them bringing in Marcus Davenport for $5 million for just the 1 year. He's a gamble on health like Bowser is, but Davenport has a much higher ceiling, and I think he has a better floor at this point as well, because he missed almost all of this season because of an ankle sprain. But if he's healthy, he's a very high-end edge rusher. In 2022, he was 57th out of 125 edge rushers with 20% or more snaps played, which doesn't even totally do him justice because he was on the lower end of snaps played. So he could have been even higher ranked than that. And still, being 57 out of 125 is a really solid ranking. So he's a good player. He just needs to stay healthy. And I would much rather take a risk on him staying healthy than Bowser because Davenport has shown as recently as last year that he's a very solid player. For Bowser, you're going much further than that. And at that point, I just don't think the players are all that similar. Those are my thoughts on what the Ravens should do this offseason. Be sure to let me know what yours are in the comment section. And also be sure to like and subscribe for more NFL content.